Hey, 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 it's Ella. I'm here to answer some questions. I have them on here. I'm just gonna read them off and answer them. First question is it as hard as everyone thinks it is? So I'd say yes and no. Let me explain. So I think yes, it's really hard and it's not, I wouldn't say it's overhyped how hard it is. Um, it's a lot more behind the scenes than you think. Like it's not just calendar and planning programs. It's checking every single program and making sure every program is on time, working really closely with the Nasia and the rest of board. And kind of at least during COVID, we're constantly changing, we're constantly adding new things to the calendar, we're adapting, there's this Jewish holiday and we have to cancel this program, or this host can't host, or this person's exposed to COVID-19. It's just a lot of erratic things that just happen throughout the week that you have to deal with, as opposed to every week I do this. And think yes, it's hard. It's more time consuming than it is hard. Yeah. But you really have to know the chapter well, and you really have to understand what it's like to be on board. Next one is, what is your favorite type of program to plan? That's a really good question. I think it depends. I really like planning all different types of programs. I really can't give you a clear answer. I really like planning programs that have a lot of meaning to the chapter, programs that we've already done that's a new, that we're revamping for this year, or programs that are really deep and are going to engage everyone in an important conversation, because I think it's the payout, watching people experience that program and then being so impacted by it is really fun. Not fun, really seeing that the impact that programs can make on people, and knowing that you were the one responsible for making that happen. How much time do I usually spend planning programs? I really wish I could give clear answers for these. Spends it really depends on the program and who you're planning it with. There's a lot of programs that board members or other steers will plan, and I will just kind of help them. And if they have small questions, or I help them with a certain part, a lot of times it's just them planning and me kind of looking it over and helping them. But I'd say to start a program from a blank outline, an hour to get the main idea, but then I always like to sleep on it, so I always take a second, and then maybe for another hour, kind of go into detail, and then add in script details. But it really depends on the program and how long it is and how detailed it needs to be. So I really do wish I could give you a clear answer for that one, but it's just something that just is different on a case-by-case basis. What is the most challenging part of SIG Online, and how do you deal with it? I would say the most challenging part is that we never know anything. Eva and I planned the calendar during summer, during the summer before the term was even officially started, and we have changed it so many times. Usually, other than last term and this term, usually you make the calendar, and unless there's a snow day, or this a host can't host, usually it's pretty much set in stone. And our calendar every month, Eva and I FaceTime and we go over it again, and the council is saying you can now have 10 people, you're fully virtual, you can have 25 people. It's just always trying new things. And with the signups for COVID-19, I think that was a really difficult thing for us to navigate. As a chapter, we didn't really know what would work best for us, and I think that whoever gets this position next is lucky, because we've kind of worked out a lot of the kinks. Not all of them, there's always kinks, but I think it was really difficult to adapt with such a quick turnaround, and there weren't a lot of people to ask, because these were our first in-person programs during COVID-19, and that's never happened to anyone before. Even staff didn't, they're very helpful, but they didn't have all of the answers. So I think that it was really challenging to have to adapt to everything that's changing so quickly. And also planning virtual programs is such a new concept. And we're really, really trying to just get everyone engaged and make them fun and not boring, because we know that everyone's on Zoom all day. And I would not choose to go on a Zoom if it wasn't going to be worth it. So, and whoever, if you're watching this and you're SIG next, like, please text me. I will help you. I will answer your questions. Like, everything is so complicated. There's like a million different things you have to do. I also like making spreadsheets. I really like spreadsheets. So I think that making spreadsheets really helps. Like, I have a program sheet and I have the program and the host and the status of the program and the steerers, and so I kind of like check it off. Like, have I emailed the host? Have people signed up on my BBYO? Have people signed their waivers? And kind of like checking that off really helps. This is the last one. What's your favorite part about SIG? Oh my god, there's so many things. I love SIG. I think my favorite part, I don't know. I really like working closely with Eva and the rest of board. Like, I think it's a really interesting side of the chapter that you don't get as a general member, as a chair, or even on board. Like, I think that it's like a very unique experience to SIG. I think it's just really fun to just kind of help people and like use the experience that I have from ShliCon as a general member and as like the chairs that I was, and to like really just like watch each board member thrive and then kind of like help them with each of their projects. Because when I was like ShliCon, like I saw what I was doing and I saw what board was doing, but it was kind of just like I saw what was happening, as opposed to now where it's like I get to see their thought process. I'm in all of the group chats where I can like help and listen to what all of their different ideas, and I think it's just so cool because we have such a great board, and like it's just such an interesting like experience that you just don't really get in any other position. That's it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Just kidding. But yes, subscribe to the Share YouTube.